If you drove through Gary, Indiana today, you might think you missed the memo. Wide streets, full city blocks, big buildings, and almost no one using them. Gary wasn't supposed to look like this. It was built fast and with confidence. In the early 1900s, U.S. Steel picked this spot on Lake Michigan and basically said, we're building a city here. And they did. Factories went up, neighborhoods followed, schools, theaters, churches, downtown streets. Jobs paid well. People came from everywhere. If you wanted a stable life, Gary made sense. For a while, it worked. At its peak, the city was packed. Kids filled classrooms. Stores stayed open late. The streets made noise. Gary even produced cultural icons. This wasn't some forgotten place. It was plugged into the American economy. Then the plug got pulled, not all at once. Steel slowly stopped needing people. Machines replaced workers. Jobs disappeared in chunks. And every time another group left the factory gates for the last time, a few more families packed up and went somewhere else. Nobody left because they hated the city. They left because staying stopped making sense. If the job is gone and the house is losing value, you don't wait for things to get poetic. You leave while you still can. Here's the thing about cities like Gary. They don't shrink politely. When people leave, the buildings don't. Streets don't disappear. The city stays the same size but emptier every year. Houses get boarded up, schools close, stores lose customers. One block goes quiet, then the next. You don't notice it happening until it's already normal. Walk through some parts of Gary today and it feels like someone hit pause decades ago and forgot to press play again. You'll see a school with grass growing through the parking lot, a church with a locked door and a sign from the 90s, a row of houses where maybe one porch light is still on. And this isn't the middle of nowhere. Chicago's an hour away, and being close to Chicago made it even worse. It made leaving easier. You didn't have to move across the country. You could keep your friends, your routines, even your sports team. Just not the city. Gary didn't collapse. It got bypassed. The city kept all the responsibilities of a big city with only a fraction of the people. Roads still needed fixing. Lights still needed power. Services still needed funding. But there were fewer taxpayers every year to carry the load. It's like being left alone in a house built for a huge family. People sometimes ask why Gary didn't reinvent itself. But cities aren't startups. You can't pivot overnight when your entire layout, housing, and identity were built around one industry. When steel left, it didn't just take jobs. It took the reason the city existed in the first place. That's why Gary feels empty instead of dead. There are still people there, still communities, still life, but it's spread thin across a city designed for triple the population. Silence fills the gaps where people used to be.